Good morning, everyone. It took me a minute to get live because I was trying to figure out what was going on. I normally have Restream Premium and I'm not able to get it till tomorrow or so I had to kind of figure out how to do it without having my normal stuff, and then I can't have my normal backgrounds or my normal videos, and it's like, really? Really? Like, okay. All right. That is totally fine. I can make it work. You guys just got to deal with a little bit of a watermark in the corner and a lame intro, but it's all right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Zodiac. Good morning, Warren. Good morning, Black Phoenix. Good morning, Alar and Robert. Um, I as far as Black Phoenix, your question, just Depp stuff today or Depp and comics? We're gonna go over mostly Depp stuff today, but I wanted to. Good morning, EP. I wanted to see what you guys thought about the Black Adam trailer. I'm not gonna subject you through a reaction video or anything like that. Good morning, James and Aaron. Because I'm really looking forward to this movie, says the fan in me. The person in me goes, wow, that's what you put out for a trailer? Like, it does look good, but Sandman looked way better. And I'm not going to say that I didn't enjoy it, but the music sucked. Like, it didn't feel like it flew. It felt like something was off about it, and I don't know what. Maybe it was because there wasn't enough Cyclone. I'm just putting that out there. Who knows? It could have changed everything. But I don't know, something tonally felt very off about that trailer. And I was a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. But it didn't look terrible. And I do think they can redeem themselves. I felt like the teaser was actually better, the little snippets we got of the teaser from beforehand. And I love the way that Hawkman's costume is. It looks phenomenal. I love the way that Black Adam's costume. I love the costumes in all of them. I'm not gonna lie. It just felt like it was the music, or it felt like every other Rock movie. And that's where I don't want to be disappointed at. I don't want it to be a movie about The Rock playing the Black Adam. I want it to do justice to Black Adam, who's a badass. Whether they're going, I don't even care that they don't go full evil. Like, they're clearly introducing ISIS, right? So that's okay. You don't have to. She can be his grounding. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Just don't make it another movie of The Rock playing The Rock in a form of some other. Like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And the music's a real big thing with me, and the music felt off in this. Like, not because it was rap, because it felt like it didn't flow correctly. I don't know. So, Robert, thoughts on Amber getting more screen time? I just got an email, I believe, about something. J-Dub sent me an email about that. So I did not get a chance to actually look into it very much. So the screen time for Aquaman 2 is not 10 minutes, it's 20 to 25 minutes. Someone provided their feedback in Aquaman 2 test screening, and I don't know. I tried to I don't want to be that jerk that goes, I told you so, but guys, come on, she's not going to be removed from Aquaman 2. It sucks, but it's the truth. They are like, they've already paid her. It's already shot. It's already edited. She's going to be in it. The best I think we can hope for at this point is they fucking kill her off. Like Mira and Arthur, it sucks that she got that role because they're such an iconic couple in comics. They are just as iconic, in my opinion, as Superman and Lois. They really are. But it sucks she got that part because we won't get that couple on screen. But I'm okay with that because there are a lot of really other good love interests. And I've been the one for a very long time saying, bring in Dolphin. Bring in Dolphin. I mean, fuck, at this point, you could bring in a lot of characters, right? They should just recast her. Exactly, Alar. And I think that is a really important aspect they seem to forget, is that couple is a power couple, right? They are a monarchy. They are very, very powerful in their own right, not even as meta human beings. They are powerful in their love and in a lot of things. Don't erase that couple because you hired a bad seed. Recast it. I don't think anyone would complain. I really don't think anyone would complain at all. Zodiac, reshooting with another actress isn't hard. Yeah, you know what? They did that recently, and I cannot remember the name. I know it was a Zack Snyder film. The guy was, from my understanding, I don't know anything about the case. He was a little bit of a perv or a sexual predator. They recast and reshot it and put it all together, and I think it worked. Will Warner Brothers do that? I don't know. I don't think so. Because they've already paid her, but let her take her money, recast it, and go. Like, you're missing out on a lot of really great character moments if you get rid of her. So recast her. Recast it. Or kill her off. I don't know. You can't continue with this actress. And not only this actress, but yeah, I haven't dove into this subject yet because it just broke yesterday, but has anyone seen the new Ezra Miller stuff? Like, this man is criminal. And the fact that they're keeping their job is mind-boggling. Like, at this point, they are being accused of grooming, the parents are getting a protection order, providing a minor with drugs and alcohol. I mean, yeah, it's time to have a serious conversation, Warner Brothers. A lot of the people that I don't know, was he cast under Zack Snyder? Was Amber cast? Yeah, okay. No, I'm just playing. But a lot of these people you need to start over. But I did hear there are rumors. J Dubs, we were just talking about the email you sent me. I did hear rumors that there might be a chance at Henry Cavill coming back. So that's good, right? You think the comments froze? Or they're majorly delayed? It's got to be because I'm using this free restream this time. I promise this will not be like this on Sunday or next week. I just got to wait till paycheck to get it. I'll apologize. Let me bring it up on my phone so I can read it in more real time. But yeah, I will be getting it fixed. This is the only one that's gonna be like this. No, yeah, it is a little bit. I wasn't seeing comments either. It does look a little delayed. Let me take the chat off and then I'll put it back on. See if that maybe fixes it a little bit. Restream speed. I don't know. I may try. I don't know. I kind of want to try StreamYards again, but then you don't get the comments on stream or on stream. Oh my gosh. On screen, third time's the charms. And yeah. I like having it on screen. Good morning, Breezen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Elon. So the media supports Amber, Fabio. I would say it's down the middle. We're going to take a look at some of the interviews from yesterday. They were great. They were great. Like, the abuse has no gender line. Oh, chef's fucking kiss. And the line from Camille was, so you can judge a person based off their mannerisms. You can judge the way they interact in the court. But when you really get to see someone, you could tell she was nervous. And that's kind of endearing, right? That's kind of sweet in its own way. She's not used to this. But when she said, and I released it on my channel yesterday, about wanting to inspire little girls, that was her main thing. Like, I was like, oh, God, we need more women like this out there in the media showing that good women exist. And I thought that was so sweet. Like, your main thing from this wasn't, You weren't like, hey, I got paid really good. I made partner. No, she went to little girls. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really, really well spoken. And I mean, even Ben seemed a little nervous, at least in I think it was CBS one. But they did really, really good. And J Dubs. Ben and Camille are so humble. Yeah. It felt so real. And that's something I've been saying all along. When you look at the comparison of Johnny's team to Amber's team, even the way they interacted, like when people were kind of waiting for the jury to walk in, or the way they interacted when they left. Amber, after the verdict was read, got up, walked out, left everybody behind. And then, the team, Johnny wasn't there, obviously, but his whole team was hugging. I mean, there was a huge difference in their, how do I say this? They felt a lot more endearing and charismatic. They felt a lot more real, I guess is the best word to play it. Like they felt like real people. And it was pretty amazing to see Amber just walk out and leave everything behind. Good morning, Bianca. Good morning, Sultan. And everybody else just leave her team behind. Whereas you have these people, I get it. You lost. You feel like shit. You want to get out of there as quick as possible. But those people, Elaine and Ben, they worked their ass off for you. You don't just walk away. It's disrespectful altogether. But are we shocked? Right? Are we really shocked with this? After the verdict, Amber had to shit real bad. Yeah, that's her legacy. That's her legacy. Oh, good morning, figure drawing. So we're gonna take a look. I've got Law and Crime pulled up, and I've also got. We're gonna start with the Today Show one because that's the one I seen yesterday, and I thought was really well done. And one thing I noticed a kind of shift in the media is, when I bring people on my channel. So I had, on Sunday, I had Liana Kersner and Rocky from Comic Boom. He's a court lawyer, right? A lot of people got really upset of what he was saying, not realizing he was going, this is what happens in court. And I have no problem pushing back. I've noticed a lot of the people in the media have a huge problem pushing back, and I'm not sure why. A lot of the questions are softballs, and I'm not saying specifically for even this case. It's just they kind of go with whoever's there, and I have a real issue with that. Good morning. Good morning. I seen somebody else's name on here. Melissa. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Hooded Justice. So we'll take a look at the Today Show one. We'll start there. Good morning, Diane. And we'll work our way around. But there is some really good moments in this. And then there's some really good moments in the other ones where they actually talk about the money, right? And I want to have a conversation about that. They don't want to burn bridges for future content, interviews, etc. And I understand that. I actually do understand that because I've burned a lot of bridges. A lot of bridges by not being willing to play ball. And that's unfortunate. So my channel has become, how do I say this? Limited on who I can bring on. There are guests that have come on in the past that will not do so. There are channels that I will have gone on in the past that I will not do so because I'm not willing to play games. I'm not willing to, I'm not willing to change my likes and my dislikes or burn them bridges in order to make somebody else feel comfortable. I'm willing to have the conversation around it. Absolutely. I always am. But yeah, I burn a lot of bridges. Good morning, Ginger Locks. You hear the LA Times thought that TikTok, oh my God, was edited Jason Momoa? No, they didn't. No, they're not that dumb. They can't be that dumb. Please, Lord in heaven, tell me they are not that dumb. Come on now. Yeah. The LA Times thought the TikTok video edited Jason Momoa into the courtroom and flirted with Camille was real. Please tell me they retracted that and fired that person. Please. Okay. All right. We'll take a look at this. Oh, goodness gracious. That's fucking hilarious, to be honest with you.
A trial watched by millions around the world.
Let me know if the audio is okay or if it's too loud,
in favor
guys.
of Johnny Depp. Last week, a jury found that ex-wife Amber Heard had defamed him in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed.
Yeah, we're gonna get through this intro here.
Writing, but not in connection with this interview. So with that aside, let me ask you, did you speak to your client right after the verdict? What was his reaction in the moment?
I think just an overwhelming sense of relief. I was speaking with another friend of ours, a mutual friend.
I don't know what it is about her, and this is going to sound super creepy, so I'm apologizing ahead of time. But I like the way her facial expressions with her mouth. Like, I'm done sounding creepy.
Friend of Johnny's and ours, and he said, I haven't seen Johnny smile like that in 6 years.
The weight of the world is off of his shoulders. He's got his life back.
As you well know, the law does not favor a plaintiff like Johnny Depp in a defamation case like this. The burden is very high, the threshold is high, and he crossed it. Frankly speaking, were you stunned at this victory?
I think
well,
we all were.
Ultimate confidence in Johnny and the jury and the facts of this case, and you can only hope that the jury will see it. And in this case, they did, and the verdict was overwhelmingly in his favor. I
should mention the jury did find Mr. Depp responsible for defamation for one of the statements made by his lawyer. It accused her essentially of staging a scene in furtherance of an abuse hoax.
Oh, here's the proof about the LA Times. Okay, I'll bring that up while we listen to this, and we'll take a look at that next. Oh my. Figure drawing. I plan on also reviewing Miss Marvel. And the funny thing is at least the first episode, and then as a whole, kind of like what me and Bianca did with Moon Knight. Funny thing is I didn't. I think I'll have a guest with me, but I didn't plan on doing it. Until, of course, the inevitable, what's it called? Review bombing? Yeah. So might as well give eyes to it, right?
How do you square that finding with the rest of the verdict, Camille?
I think it's just the verdict is overwhelmingly positive for Johnny. And it was unanimous. There were 7 people that decided he was defamed.
Amber Heard's attorney was right here the day after the verdict, and she said the jury had not been permitted to see certain evidence that would have bolstered and verified Amber Heard's claims of abuse, in particular therapist notes. What is your response to that? And was there evidence that was suppressed for a valid legal reason that might have made a difference?
I think that was very disappointing to hear that and to hear her impugn the character of the jury. And the evidence came in that should come in, and the judge was very fair to both sides.
That's my biggest issue with it. Like, Elaine did the rounds defaming the court system. And I get that our court systems, our justice system, needs a lot of work. It does. It very much so does. But like, I don't even know who this lady is that's interviewing her. I can't remember her name right off the top of my head. But like she said, there was a high burden of proof for Johnny to win. And he crossed that threshold, yet you have Elaine going around going, well, it's because they really went home and got on TikTok. But the UK, what? I don't understand it. It's pretty disrespectful to the whole system that you work in.
Particularly, she cites the UK judgment. As we all know, Johnny Depp sued The Sun, a newspaper in the United Kingdom. He lost that case, the judge finding that claims by the newspaper that he was a wife beater were substantially true. Now, Amber Heard's lawyers say that judgment should have come into this court case. What say you?
was a different process, right? And also Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard in this case were parties. They had different disclosure obligations. So we disagree. The overwhelming evidence that was presented in this case in Virginia far exceeded what was presented in the UK, and we believe the jury got it right.
As you know, this trial was very closely watched. Social media certainly took off in a way that we've seen high-profile.
Zodiac. Yeah. Camille would make a great Melita from Elden Ring. That's hilarious.
Trials before, but this is the social media age. Do you believe the jurors saw any of that, were swayed by any of that?
No, I don't think there's any reason to believe that the jurors violated their oath. And again, that suggestion was disappointing to hear.
Yeah, I mean, Amber Heard's lawyer said so. She said it would have been unavoidable because it's on TikTok, it's on social media. I mean, in the old days, you'd tell the jury before they went out, don't read newspapers, don't watch the evening news. Now it's everywhere.
It is everywhere, but at the same time, they were admonished every single night.
Yes.
And they had a tremendous amount of respect, I think, for the court and the process, and they were doing the best that they could.
Yeah. Support for Johnny Depp online was exponentially greater than for Amber Heard.
Oh, God,
Just one
yeah.
example on TikTok, the Justice for Amber Heard hashtag has 27 million views. Justice for Johnny Depp, 20 billion. Heard's attorneys have suggested that perhaps
20 billion with a B, billion. I think it worked getting the word out of this ridiculousness. And let's be real, even if you were not following this case, it followed you. It absolutely followed you.
this is because of an orchestrated campaign on behalf of Johnny Depp. Do you know anything about an online campaign on behalf of Depp?
That is utterly baseless. In fact, very early in the case, the prior Chief Judge White had thrown out a count in the counterclaims that related to that. It was absolutely absurd and baseless.
And you know,
I like that they said that because that's been a narrative for a very long time. It was thrown out. That I did not know of. But it's been kind of the narrative Amber has pushed for a long time. Do you remember early on? Well, probably about a year ago, she wanted to dox like 200 different Twitter users because she thought they were being, they were either bots or obviously getting paid. Like, what? Okay, Amber, okay.
For a fact that neither he nor his agents nor anyone tried to, in some way, pay for or otherwise encourage this kind of social media activity.
False. Categorically false.
Why do you think the
I
jury
love
didn't
her
believe
answer.
Because when you look at the verdict, it really comes down to that. The issue was, is what she's saying true or false? And by their verdict, they said it's false.
Well, my sense is that it had a lot to do with accountability, that Johnny owned his issues. He was very candid about his alcohol and drug issues. He was candid about some unfortunate texts that he wrote. And I think it was a sharp contrast to Ms. Heard, who didn't seem, or at least the jury may have perceived, that she didn't take accountability for anything.
As you know, this has been closely watched.
I think that's a really good point. We saw Johnny in this court case become very human. People worship celebrities, and I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, but people worship these people, think they are, the next thing. No, how do I say it? Like they're gods, right? They're false idols, so to speak. Johnny became very human. He always has been in the way he interacts with people, but he owned his mistakes, and that takes a big person to do so. It is hard to say, look, I fucked up and I acknowledge it. It's hard for anybody to do so, but doing so proved that he realized how to improve, how to grow. And she said, no, it was Johnny. No, it was his yes men. No, it was the doctor. She blamed everybody but herself, even to the point where she uses, and this will never get old, pledge and donate synonymously. I think that's really the moment that cemented everything. Oh, looking at the jury. Oh, I use pledge and donate synonymously. No, bitch. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Nobody in their right mind does that. Tries to compare it to a 30-year mortgage. That is not how it works.
Contact, some people have wondered whether there is a larger resonance to this trial, whether it sends a message. Do you see any larger message beyond the case you tried?
No. I mean, frankly, we don't. We're here to talk about the case that we tried, right? We encourage all victims to come forward, have their day in court, which is exactly what happened in this case.
Do you feel confident in your appeal? Ms. Heard does intend to appeal.
We feel very confident that there are no errors that would justify any kind of successful appeal.
And then finally, I have to ask you, not since OJ, perhaps, has the trial been so closely watched and the
That's
lawyers
the fucking
become
truth.
famous people in their own right. What has that been like for you, particularly you, Camille? I think I saw someone on social media get a tattoo of your face on their body.
Oh my God.
Which is weird.
Who did that? Did somebody really do that? Come on, you guys. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Why is nobody talking about the color of Grumpy? Wait, what? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What color of Grumpy?
It's been overwhelming and surreal, but to the extent that I can encourage young women to stay in school and maybe inspire them to pursue a legal career, then
I love that.
It's all worth it.
Well, I understand you got a promotion yesterday to partner.
Well deserved.
I was going to say about time, other partner, right? Camille Vasquez, Ben Chu. Just saying. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That was a good interview. That was a sweet interview. I thought that was really well done. And if we compare this to what we've seen from Elaine, think about, like, she just felt very angry, right? She just felt mad at the whole world. I wonder if she's, was that you getting the tattoo? No, Zeke, I did not, I promise. I did not get Camille's face. That is so funny that somebody did. I just like, what? I can't even. That's funny. Not shaming at all, but it is pretty funny. Let's take a look at this. Oh God. This is the LA Times. This is what Robert sent from earlier. This is them actually believing it was James Knox. It was him. No, I'm just kidding. I know that's not. Maybe it was. I don't know. She's a pretty girl. How Johnny Depp was victorious after Amber Heard and what it means. Oh boy. Let's see. We gotta find it. Me Too after a 6 trial. Troubling implications. We'll talk about the Me Too stuff in a minute. I just want to see. Courtroom drama, maybe. Maybe we can find this. This isn't even that long of an article. I'll just do find. Where's my find in page? Then look at the tweet. Wait, you said this was about Jason Momoa. I am confused why you sent this if that's not about Momoa. For the record, an earlier version of the article included a paragraph. Okay, so they removed it. For the record, an earlier version of the article included a paragraph about Jason Momoa testifying by a video at the trial. The Aquaman actor did not testify. Well, no shit. Are you kidding? Wow. That is absolutely ridiculous. Stealth edited again. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I wouldn't consider it stealth editing if they put a correction. I cannot believe that somebody could be that dumb. That actually, like, how are you reporting on this if it was clear? Okay, yeah, you had to have seen it either on YouTube or some sort of social media. It takes 5 minutes to do your due diligence and go to Google and type it in. What tweet are you talking about that you sent? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. We have what they actually sent instead of the correction. Oh my God, this is real life. This is the news, you guys. This is the news of today. And people wonder why they turn to people on YouTube. Why do people turn to people on YouTube to get the news? In this case, like that Umbrella Guy or Popcorn Planet or some of the bigger names that report on this. Why do they turn to them? Well, this is why. Even witnesses seem to be influenced by the media coverage. At one point, actor Jason Momoa, star of Aquaman, testified via live video in support of his co-star Heard. Without prompting, he said, "Hi, Camille." Oh, for fuck's sake. To Depp's high-profile litigator Camille Vasquez, a rising star in Orange County legal circles who quickly became the star of the trial as much as Depp and Heard. I can't. The Jason Momoa parody video was hilarious. It was so good. Good morning, Ominous. But the fact that it was, you know what? Credit to whoever made that. And I don't know. I think it originated on, I want to say TikTok. It could have been YouTube. But credit to whoever made that. Because that parody, yes, it is just Ariel. It is just a parody. But that parody was so good. That parody was so good. Somebody bought it. Never underestimate stupid. That's right. That is the best line. You did so little of research that you thought Jason Momoa was at the trial. Mind you, there are different blogs. You don't even have to look at YouTube, okay? There are different blogs that are dedicated to live updates of the trial all throughout. If I missed somebody's name, because I always put it in the corner, I try to. Good morning, Angelo. If I did that, I would go to one of those live blogs. They would have the name up, and I'd put it in the corner. That is all you have to do. That's it. But it was so good that they thought it was real. We're going to take a look at it. But I'm not going to lie. It was funny. But the editing wasn't perfect. This bitch has to be so dumb. I don't know. Credit whoever originally made it, because like Elon said, you don't underestimate stupid. You don't underestimate stupid. Let's take a look at it in case you guys haven't ever seen it. It's really good. It looks like it's by GOM Films. Is that who I'm on here? Credit to them. I can't believe it actually made it on here.
Mr. Momoa, you say you have a picture of Amber Heard on the night on the night of May 5th.
It's clearly fake. Okay. If they had been watching any of the trial, they would know those voices don't distinctly match. Maybe I'm just too close to this trial, but come on.
5th. That was the night Amber got punched multiple times from Johnny Depp.
Wait, I forgot.
Look at the font. I want to show you something.
That was the night Amber got punched multiple times.
Look at the font here. Come on now. Look at the way that this is the mic. Come on now. I'm not saying it's bad, but you can tell it's fake. The person did a great job. I don't want to take away from that, but...
From Johnny Depp.
Wait, I forgot to do something.
What?
I wanted to say, hi, Camille.
What?
Stay focused. So on that night, you FaceTime Amber, and while you were talking, you also took a photo.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I was concerned for my friend.
That's nice. Now can you show the photo to the jury?
Judge, can I?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me just mirror my screen here.
How did she think this was fake? What is wrong with this person? What is wrong with this person, you guys?
All right, let's move this out of the way. Oh, I forgot that was here. Oh, man. That's so
What is wrong with this
embarrassing.
person?
Ah!
It's so good, though.
Man, who did that?
Okay, can we please stay focused here?
I love it.
Pull up the photo.
Okay.
Yes, somebody thought this was real, so much so they put it in their article as official. Yeah. They even got the law and crime on there. That's so good.
Mr. Momoa, what is this?
That's what Amber should have looked like. But the next day, she looked like this. Yeah. That's checkmate, son.
Excuse me.
Since it's 12:30, you want to just take lunch?
All right, Camille. See you later. Love you. Call me.
Don't worry, Johnny. I still only have eyes for you.
You guys talking about me?
Stop.
I love it. You guys talking about me? I love that part. This is my favorite.
First message. Blue Halo, I 100%.
I don't know. Like, it's really, really good. It is really good. But come on. The media has gone so downhill that they reported that as fact. I love it. That's not Jason's voice. That's not anybody's voice. But it's so good, though. I don't know how he does all the voices. It's so... I love it. I love it. It's funny. Nonetheless, it's funny. But pity it wasn't real, though, right? That's so funny. Someone put this in an article. I know. I love it, but come on. All right. Let's take a look. We're going to head over a little bit to Law and Crime. Ooh, they do a great job. I'm not going to lie. Before we do that, I actually forgot. I want to show you guys the one. I believe it's Good Morning America. It is. I want to go through this one first, simply because this is where they talk about the money, right? This is where they talk about the issue of if Johnny is going to collect money from Amber or what's going to happen at that point. Now, I think you guys all know that I think this appeal is dead. Like, she keeps talking about appeal. They have a trial date set for the issue. It will get pushed back if they move forward. But in order, again, like I said in my video, for her to actually do an appeal, she has to have the money. And Elaine has gone around saying multiple times that she doesn't have the money. She has to have $8.35 million plus interest throughout the entire trial for the appeal. So you're figuring bare minimum $9 million in her hand, not assets. She has to have $9 million. It is dead on arrival. 100%. Yes, it is Johnny's birthday today. It is Johnny's birthday today. So happy birthday, Johnny. What is he, 59? I believe so. I could be wrong. So yes, I want to take a good look at the Good Morning America because it's number 2 on trending. Because it is a really good insight as to, and they kind of say some of the same things, but the money issue is where I think Johnny is going to really excel and show. Like, I just wish the kind of selfish person in me wishes he would make her pay the money to the donations that she pledged. Or get the money and then donate the $7 million. Like, that's a badass kind of move. But I get him wanting to keep it too. She ruined a lot of stuff. So you kind of get both sides of it.
Camille Vasquez and Ben Chu sitting down for their first interview since the blockbuster verdict that Depp was defamed by ex-wife Amber Heard. Welcome to you both. Camille, let me begin with you. I think the verdict surprised a lot of legal experts. They thought it was a very uphill fight from the beginning for you all. What was the key to victory?
I think the key to victory was focusing on the facts and the evidence, and Johnny's opportunity to speak the truth for the first time. It was 6 years in the making, and I think he was able to connect with the jury and the general public and tell what really happened in this relationship.
He wasn't in the courtroom for the verdict. What was his reaction when you told him?
He was over the moon. It was like the weight of the world had been taken off his shoulders, and I feel that finally, after 6 years, he's gotten his life back.
He also went on TikTok yesterday thanking his supporters on social media. What role did social media play in this verdict?
If you guys haven't seen, I don't know why Johnny only kind of goes to the outside. Like, I don't consider a lot of things happen on Twitter. They have a lot of power there. And Johnny's just like, nah. I don't know why he doesn't go to that platform. I think it has a lot to do with, Adam Waldman being kicked off forever, them not being able to get him an account. And that's fine. Twitter is a cesspool. And I'll say it every time we talk about this platform. If you're on it, get off of it. It is horrible for your mental health. But I like TikTok a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I like TikTok a little bit. I post my shorts over there also, and I post them on here. But I like TikTok a little bit because it's funny. It's not stuff that you're gonna fight with somebody in the comment section or your feed about. It's just funny or cute kids or updates about the trial. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff over there. And I think it's a better platform, but he did start a TikTok. Last I checked, I think he had 6 million followers in a matter of probably 24 hours, which is amazing. And I think I think it's a good platform for him to put out, short little cute blurbs to interact with his fans. And that's all it was, 30 seconds long, right? That's all you need. And kind of write a little caption thanking his fans, and that was it. And it's awesome. It's a really good edited, kind of along the same aesthetic he went for when he did stuff on Instagram, so it's great. And he's on there now. You guys should check it out if you have TikTok. And I'm not gonna lie, it's much better for your mental health to just look at cute little blurbs than it is to look at people fighting all the time about politics or fighting all the time about a culture war. That shit fucks with you.
My view is that social media played no role whatsoever. This was a decision made by the jury on the evidence presented by both sides. And as Camille said, it was overwhelmingly in Mr. Depp's favor.
Ms. Heard's lawyers put out a statement yesterday saying the verdict was a setback for women's rights. And they went on to say that it's unseemly and unprofessional for you all to be, quote, taking a victory lap for setting back decades of how women can be treated in the courtroom. How do you respond to that?
I think it's disappointing. We're only speaking about what happened in this case, right? And the facts in this case were overwhelmingly positive for Johnny, and the verdict speaks for itself.
How about the
I do think that's an important point. I have seen a lot of people saying that, is this, an end to the Me Too era? Is this a setback for women's rights? Absolutely. This case is not the end of Me Too, is not the end of accountability for men. That is preposterous to even think. But Amber is always going to make it about something bigger because she feels that ego, that narcissist inside of her makes her feel like she has to make it about more than just two exes in a legal battle. It has to be bigger. It has to be more boisterous. It has to be about something bigger. No, Amber, you are not that special. You could not single-handedly put an end to women's rights or the Me Too era. Quit playing.
Broader criticism, though. It's not just from Heard's teams. Victims advocates have argued that the verdict is going to have a chilling effect on domestic violence victims, and it's a blow to the Me Too movement.
I think our response to that is we encourage any victim to come forward. Domestic violence doesn't have a gender.
Fucking perfection in an answer. Violence doesn't have an answer or gender. Domestic violence doesn't have a gender. Sexual violence doesn't have a gender. The victims are the people that matter. What I have a big problem with in the media specifically is them kind of victim shaming, right? And we see it a lot in just the believe women aspect. No. Believe victims. Look at facts and evidence. Clearly, they were not in her side. We've seen multiple jurors unanimously agree that she literally, I'm not going to say how do I say this? She's a fucking liar. That's it. Plain and simple. And domestic violence, this, if anything changes, the only thing I can see is some men feeling more comfortable coming out and talking when they themselves are in a bad situation. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing.
So you don't see this as a setback to the movement?
Good morning, Shelby.
We do not. We believe that the verdict speaks for itself. The facts are what they were. The jury made a unanimous decision based on those facts.
During your cross-examination, what was your impression of Ms. Heard's impression on the jury?
I think that her impression on the jury was what it was. I think something that I focused on and we focused on in that cross-examination was using her words against her. And it was very important for us to, every question that was asked was tied to something she had said previously. And I think the jury got to see and the world got to see and hear from Ms. Heard in that relationship on every single topic.
And George, I think there was a real contrast. Johnny took ownership of a lot of things. And it seemed at times, and perhaps it came through to the jury, that she had an answer for everything, and she wasn't taking accountability
Hillary
for anything.
Clinton beat
And I
up
think
Bill.
that made a
That
difference.
I wouldn't doubt even.
Heard's lawyer says she plans to appeal the verdict. She doesn't have the money to pay for the judgment, and you all have said that the goal is not to impoverish Ms. Heard. Is it possible where we could see a settlement where she forgoes the appeal in return for Mr. Depp waiving any monetary damages?
Well, George, we obviously can't disclose attorney-client communications, but as Mr. Depp testified, and as we both made clear in our respective closings, this was never about money for Mr. Depp. So this was about restoring his reputation, and he's done that.
So you're not disclosing any privileges, but it sounds like that's something that could be on the table. But it's up to Ms. Heard.
Again, we have to be careful what we say, but this was about Mr. Depp's reputation. That was what it was about for him.
Your life has changed a lot in the last several weeks. You got made partner.
I really, really like how he kind of pushes them a little bit. I do think, as I've always said, when it comes to this case for years, this is not about money with Johnny Depp. To be honest, I don't think he needs it. To be fair, this was about a woman that thought she could weaponize a movement about accountability and use it for herself. This is a woman who took small truths of, text messages or small truths of, totally rearranging the closet or getting upset in the morning and, beating up a cupboard and make it into he beat me up. This is a woman who took the idea of being an addict and weaponized it instead of treating it. You have to remember, there are a lot of addicts out there. That is not a unique thing to Johnny. And he beat it. And the fact that he beat it speaks more, and you continued to shame him for it. I have a real issue with somebody shaming somebody that grew. And that's where my issue is with cancel culture all along. There should be a road to redemption. But there's not. There is never redemption with a narcissist like Amber Heard. There is never redemption with somebody that has an ego the size of the world. The ego that says, well, this is a setback for all women because of me. No. Chill the fuck out. You are nobody at this point. You are the most hated woman in Hollywood. And you did it to yourself. You absolutely did it to yourself.
Yeah.
This week, congratulations. Both of you have also become something of social media stars. How has it changed? What does it feel like?
It's been surreal and, if I'm being honest, a bit overwhelming. But if I can be an inspiration to young women that want to go to law school and study and work hard, then it was all worth it.
You made the choice to go to Virginia for this trial. How much of a difference did that make?
I think Virginia was a good venue for some legal and other reasons, and it has a fabulous court system, tremendous judges and fair juries, and I think the evidence was listened to carefully on both sides by the jury, and again, it came overwhelmingly in Johnny's favor.
Ms. Heard did win on one count of defamation. Will you be appealing that?
Again, I think it's premature to say, but if you look at the context of the verdict, it was a total win for Johnny.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you very much, George.
Well, hey there,
So
David.
it looks like they don't really have a plan to appeal that, and I kind of understand that. That was a lot of Waldman's fault, I would say. But when it comes to the money that she is receiving or should be paying out, like, he could literally garnish her until the day she dies because of the amounts. He could garnish her every week 25% of her check. Or, I don't know that she would have a normal check, but if she made, $1 million for a movie, that's $250,000 that would be garnished towards him. I don't know what his plan is, but I do think it's been pretty clear all along it wasn't about the money. And that is what kind of his lawyers are saying, over and over again. No, this was really about getting his name back. Did I talk about Kathy Griffin? Because that one pisses me off. No, we will go there though. We will absolutely go there because I have the audio. And Kathy Griffin is, Lord have mercy. I think she used to be, I don't know, popular at one time. I'm not saying that she wasn't. What I'm saying is I never found her funny. I'm going to be real honest. I never found her funny. I never was a fan of her. Maybe she was a little bit before my time, but I can't get behind a woman that remember when she held up like Trump's head? And I just, did this woman become such an ideologue that she thought that was okay? I don't care if you don't like Trump. I'm not a Trump fan, but I still don't find that okay. Like, I still find it extremely, I don't know. She has no room to talk about anyone. I never liked her. Yeah, I don't know if maybe I just didn't find her funny or whatnot, but not for me. Her humor is beyond me. We'll take a listen to the audio because Lord have mercy. And that was yes, it absolutely was inciting violence. I agree. Let's listen to this audio and we'll talk about it.
Johnny Depp stands, as the kids call them, the stands, and these Johnny Depp stands that are talking about this trial, and yet they refuse to show a picture of what he looks like now, which is a big orange, fat, bloated booze bag.
Hold on. I know I paused it for a second, but how the fuck is he orange? I know that's a black and white picture, but what? I don't understand orange booze bag. Orange? Where is he orange? And one thing I really hate about listening to this audio, when I edited this short, I hate it. She makes really gross mouth noises. Like, that's one thing that drives me crazy is like the sound of like somebody making really nasty noises with their mouth and their nose. I hate to put you through it, but listen, you'll hear it.
Looks like Donald Trump with a ponytail. And so they keep sticking up for him and being like, Amber is taking down Johnny. He's so gorgeous and dreamy. I'm like, okay, he talks like Kanye when Kanye had his jaw wired. He has a fake accent like when Madonna turned British. So, who are we kidding?
And he's a Kentucky boy. So every time I hear
these Johnny Depp.
I can't stand the mouth noises. That's all of it. But wow. Like, I don't even want to make the, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. There's nothing grosser than like someone making like wet, slippery noises in a mic. Come on. Like, if you're taking a drink, back the fuck off the mic. Don't. I hate it. I hate it. She said Trump guy. That means Johnny is like Trump. That means he's a bad guy. Orange man bad. I don't understand that. Where do you make the connection? Because Johnny Depp is not conservative. I mean, Donald Trump really isn't either, I guess. But I'm just saying, where's that connection? How do you even come to that connection unless it's just you're so in tuned on thinking about that one person that everybody reminds you of them? Like, I don't understand it at all. Kathy is trash. Absolutely. Without makeup, she looks like the Joker. Oh my God. Yeah, this picture right here. She's a little scary. And I don't even want to be like the person that's like, oh, she's ugly. Like, clearly you can see that. But like, don't throw stones at glass houses, right? And the fact that you're comparing him to Donald Trump is really mind-blowing to me. Like, and Kanye, I don't know enough about Kanye to have heard him when he had his jaw wired. I don't know. I've never heard it. But it's very weird. It's very weird to me that that's where her mind went. Girl, come on. Chill out. It's like what you see now. A lot of the people on the right, oh my God, Biden. Oh my God, Biden. It's just come full circle. Chill out, guys. It's okay. It's okay. We will survive for another day. I promise. She hit the wall at birth. You know, Tristan, people siding with Amber Heard have a twisting, sickening narrative. I lost it. That women can't be abusers. That's absolutely gross. Savage Karma. I started following you on TikTok the other day, I believe. I recognized your lips. So I did. That's the body positivity hypocrisy, where she says women shouldn't be judged by their looks, but isn't above and so. She said that? Because John. Okay. Gotta love the hypocrites. I can't believe it. Like, I have no problem with you being positive about your own body. None whatsoever. I have none of that. But don't then shame someone else. Like, I don't understand that. But again, she does feel like a bit of an ideologue. She does feel like she's a bit obsessed. And that's where I have the problem. Because yesterday, it's something very similar to yesterday. I posted something that Bianca sent me about these physicals for kids wanting in middle school and high school, wanting to be basically, you know, go into sports. They want to inspect their genitalia. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is not how you fix this issue. You don't go and say, I want to look at little kids. Yeah. Bye, Zeke. And I had people justifying it. And I was like, I'll never be in the same room with you. You are not. No. Why? Oh my God. That's when you get into the ideologue of my party can do no wrong. And I'm like, it's not a physical. It absolutely is not. I looked into it before I actually posted it to make sure. And then I signed the little thing, and I was so grossed out that people were justifying it. I couldn't. Okay, so we're going to take a look at something a little less disgusting. We're going to take a look at some of these interviews when it comes to law and crime, because I think that is a great channel for this kind of stuff. And I actually want to share a cute one first. What good would examining little girls help? Exactly. People were okay with that. And Elon, I know you're conservative. I know you are. And if like, I can't see you justifying that. There is nothing that can justify that. But I still had people trying to do so. It's very, very weird to me. Very, very weird. So we're going to take a look at law and crime. I'm sure you guys are probably subscribed, or I'd say go subscribe. I want to look at this one first. I haven't had a chance to, and then I want to go to look at the Monopoly one. We all talked about the fist pump, right? Now he is gonna. And I love it. I want to see it. I didn't get a chance to watch all of these, so I wanted to see what he had to say. Kathy looks like Pippi Longstocking after a decade of doing cocaine and meth. Yeah, don't forget the drinking, too. Don't forget the drinking.
He took the stand. and she mentioned Kate Moss. Our video camera caught you doing a fist bump. Can you walk us through what that was?
Well, there was an instance in which Ms. Heard actually did admit to punching Johnny, and that was what we call the staircase incident. But her explanation for that was she had to punch Johnny because she was convinced that, but for her punching Johnny, Johnny would have pushed her sister.
Is he nervous? I kind of feel bad. He feels very nervous in this. Like, he keeps closing his eyes weirdly. And, like, I feel like that might be a bit of a nervous trait.
Whitney down the stairs the same way she had heard that he had pushed Kate Moss down the stairs. I lost my composure for a moment and did a fist pump because I knew that was not true. But that then put a lot of pressure.
Ben has Tourette's? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just thought it was a nervous habit. He said it in court. I missed that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I honestly just thought it was a nervous habit. Wow, he does great. Wow, he does great in these interviews. In the last two we looked at, you could not even tell. I just thought he was a little nervous. Wow, that's amazing. Not amazing that he has Tourette's. Now I sound like an asshole. But what I mean is, I'm going to shut up now before I dig any deeper.
Pressure on us because we really had to come up with the goods. And fortunately, Ms. Moss came forward. And this is a woman who's never testified, ever, for any reason. A very private person, very successful person. And she wanted to correct the record. And she did so quite explicitly. She said that Johnny had never pushed her down any stairs. He'd never hit her. He'd never kicked her during their 3-year romantic relationship. And we thought that was another important moment as well, because it debunked a defense to what otherwise appeared to be an instance of violence.
That was a good answer. I did not know. I feel bad now. But yeah, he does a great job with it. I think Shelby has let me bring it up here. I think this is an important question also, because there are a lot of implications everyone keeps saying. It's bad for women's rights, or it's good for men's rights, it's good for victims' rights. Why is this trial? So there's a lot of us that's been covering it for a long time, but you can't deny in the last 2 months that it has blown up. And everybody is talking about it. Not just people online. There are certain things that, we just talk about online, and you really don't hear about it in real life, right? Like, you specifically like Obi-Wan Kenobi. People are calling it woke online, yet it's doing really good. People in real life seem to love it. That's it, right? But Johnny Depp transcended that kind of virtual to IRL reality, whereas everybody's talking about it. Nothing we've seen similar since the OJ case. So why is this trial so important? I do think, at bare minimum, this is important to show young women that they cannot weaponize their victimhood status. I say they cannot weaponize being a woman. They cannot weaponize those things. And if that is at the bare minimum what makes this trial important, then I'm okay with that. Because I do think it is setting a good precedent to even make somebody think twice. If somebody thinks twice about blaming somebody for something they haven't done, like we've seen girls in college do very similar things, claiming rape that hasn't been true. It's important for roasting purposes. Absolutely, James. Absolutely. The memes alone are great enough, right? But I think it serves as a very important kind of opening up of discussion to not the end of the Me Too era, but maybe the beginning of actual victims era, right? Where there's actual accountability for real victims. including Johnny Depp. There was accountability in this. There was accountability that happened. Remember the mattress case, girl? Yes, absolutely. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. A lot of these women have kind of how do I say this? There are a lot of really good things that came out of the Me Too era. But like the mattress girl, like the girl that accused, I think it was a rugby player in college, I'm not sure exactly. You also had a lot of really, really toxic people try to weaponize it. And this serves as a warning. At the bare minimum, that is why it's important. This is the beginning of the equalization of the Me Too era. Very well said, Shelby. Yes, it is not about women. It is about victims. And I think the Duke lacrosse players, that's what it was, Robert. I think it should have always been about victims and not just women, no matter your gender. It is about victims. By Alar. And this is an equalization, and that's okay. And I will say, like anything else, women are more affected by these things, but don't count everyone out because you think a woman is more likely to get abused. Do not pretend. Like the Terry Crews stuff, I believe it was Terry Crews. He came out. You see how men treat him? Not you guys. I mean, like, general public. Very, very demeaning. Very, very like, oh God, that's not a man. What? A man was willing to speak out and you made fun of him. Really? Well, Terry Crews I got respect for. The person that makes fun of him, not so much. Again, I bring up Terry Crews because he tried to open a conversation to abuse men and The View made fun of him. The View did? I did not know that. It's terrible. That is fucking terrible. If you want to have a conversation about victims, that's what you do. You don't belittle. Now, of course, there has been plenty of memes to come out and everything else of this case and kind of poking fun at the circus that it became. But that's just fans doing what fans do. They're not going, besides the one instance I showed of, I believe it was Mecca Random. I think that was the only instance making fun of Johnny Depp being a victim, getting beat up by, I think she said something like a 90-pound woman. That's the only one I have seen making fun of Johnny Depp in this case. What's the difference here? That's what I would be very curious about. Why make fun of Terry Crews but not make fun of Johnny Depp? Now, there has been people obviously on Amber's side, but you met Terry Crews once in a cafe. That's awesome. That's really cool. Terry is sometimes a pastor at my friend's church. That is so cool. Yeah, I find it very, very, like, in those kind of situations where you see people make fun of either Johnny or Terry Crews or somebody, a male victim, it says more about them, right? It's terrible. It shouldn't be done. But at least, maybe that's the person you block. Like, I posted something the other day. I posted something from the Pride anthology, and I'm like, oh, this will bring the people I need to block out, right? Like, okay, this is easy. Yep. He says Terry's a great guy. That is so cool. I think the idea is that he's a big guy and he can't be a victim. Why not? Just because you're a big person, just because you're a tough, he's very muscular. Why does that make him not able to be victimized? Especially in Hollywood, where so many people are victimized. Like, I would guess the majority of women have been some sort of victim. The majority of people have gone through something, whether it's a, sexual encounter, whether it is a sort of a racist asshole. Like, I would guess, especially in Hollywood. He also rocks the man purse, and I respect that. That's awesome. I didn't know he had a man purse. That's great. Yeah, so I think that's why this trial is important. And I think that's why it's gotten so big. And I think it's important to remember to not weaponize something, no matter what it is. And I'm not talking just about Me Too. BLM was weaponized also. So there are a lot of things that unfortunately do get weaponized. And it sucks, but it's true. And that's where I think this plays an important role. Let's take a look at what else we got here, because he did a couple of them. I wish Camille would have been with him. That would have been awesome. I wanted to look at this one. I thought this was cute.
Talk about the verdict. So the announcement of the verdict comes down. Was there just a mad dash in your camp? Wait, what's happening?
We were so tense that one of my colleagues brought a Monopoly game. So we played Monopoly in our little breakout.
Wait, did he say my daughter?
One of my colleagues brought a Monopoly game.
Colleagues.
So we played Monopoly in our little breakout room, and I saw a side of some of my young colleagues that I'd never seen before: ruthlessness, an unwillingness to sell their old mentor some property. But the second we heard that the jury was coming in, of course, we folded up the game, and then it was just our hearts were in our mouths, especially when the judge called us forward and told us that the jury had reached a verdict on liability as to one of the statements, but had not filled in the damages award. We had no idea whether that was one of the counterclaim statements that Ms. Heard had alleged, or one of our statements.
That was tense.
So, and she, as always, Chief Judge Escarati, played it down the middle. We had no idea, so we had a torturous several minutes while we were waiting for the jury to do that.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. We were live, like, this is so tense. We're waiting. Come on now. And yeah, everybody else was like, I can't even imagine. I wanted to highlight this though. Chrissy said, kind of expanded upon what I said in a much better than how I said it. Abuse has no gender. Neither should it go by with no punishment. I thought that's really, really well said. Unfortunately, or fortunately rather, Amber's finally getting her punishment. Whether the jury looked at this and wanted to punish her for all the lies and hell she put him through, whatever came to this verdict, she's getting her punishment now. And they realized if she would lie about the ACLU, she could literally lie about anything. I don't say this to be mean, but for real, Amber's baby is going to grow up with fucking issues. Yeah. I mean, it's a cute baby. It's a very cute baby, but I don't like talking about minors in this kind of situation, but it's I'll just say it's worrisome, right? It is very worrisome to think that we don't know how that's going to end out. And that's kind of scary. There's a Camille one. Oh wait, I did not mean to play that. I want to look because there was some that I wanted to make sure I showed. Did you guys hear? I felt really bad. I actually didn't hear about it. I think Jay sent it to me. Jay or James sent it to me about the court recorder, them going after her because she dared take a picture with Johnny Depp. Yes, this is real. She was going to get keys from him and they took a picture together. That was the extent of it. Yet Amber stands and went after her. I don't know what's wrong with these people. there's a lot of messed up on both sides. And I know I say that a lot. I say the both sides things way too often. But there is. You don't go after people like that. You don't go after people's jobs. Thank you, Jay. I always appreciate it. I figured it was you, but I was just making sure. I always appreciate it. I'm like, okay, can I get a video out of this? Oh, that's so bad. But you don't go after people's jobs. You don't go after people's livelihoods. If you don't like somebody, you ignore them. You be apathetic, right? But no, that's what they did. And unfortunately, I can I know people aren't going to like to hear this. Yeah, Johnny Depp fans, some of them did the same thing during the trial. Yep. Some of them did the same thing. They went after, I can't remember which doctor it was. It was one of the male doctors that did a video deposition. I can't remember his name. But they went after him and his license. That's not how you handle these situations. You let the court handle it. You do. Unless you've been treated by a doctor, you don't give a review. Unless you were in that situation, you don't give a review. And there was a lot of them. I called them out on my community post, and I had people going, who are you to tell people what to do? I'm not trying to tell people what to do. But as somebody who's followed this for a very long time, I don't want the fandom to be looked at as a toxic light. It's already hard enough with the way that the media, and they'll pick up on that in a second. The media makes it seem like Johnny Depp supporters are these terrible, ravenous fans, right? They'll do anything. And then you put that out there, and it only looks worse. It makes it look so much worse. That is it. That was the only reason I called it out. But I had a lot of people upset with me. And that's okay. But I thought it was ridiculous. So they were going after the court stenographer. Is that how you say it? We're not toxic, just funny. That is factual. That is objective fact. That is right. But I don't want to give any more fuel, is I think the best way to put it. Don't give them any more fuel to paint you in a bad light. Because the normal person that maybe isn't in or around the fandom will go, yeah. Like the one article probably 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I can't remember if it was a Washington Post or Hollywood Reporter, maybe, compared Johnny Depp supporters to Trump supporters, called them cultists, all these other things. You're already, just like Johnny in this trial, fighting an uphill battle. Don't make it worse for yourself. Words are violence. Words are not violence. That's silly. Our toxicity is humor. Yeah. No, I didn't mean any of you guys specifically. I just meant in general. I could not believe that creature went after the stenographer. I know, it's ridiculous. But isn't it kind of professional? Okay, you know what, Shelby? I'm going to find the video. I am going to find the video and let you decide. I don't think it was necessarily unprofessional once she tells the story. Oh, I have to find the video, though. How many days ago was it? I'm already back to 12. Here, I'll show you. You just see nothing. There, let me see what I can find. All right, I know it's not there. I know it was Law and Crime. Washington Post ads. I love how the Legal Bites went on Breaking Points. That was so cool. I thought that was really awesome that they let her give her side of the whole Washington Post, Taylor Lorenz thing. Why can I not find it? Well, I wanted to show you guys, but I thought I had a picture of her right on front. Let me see if I can search for it. A recorder cutting himself. What? You heard cats in the background, I bet. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. Johnny Depp bent you and laughed and smiled during the da-da-da. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find it. I can't believe it. There's no way they took it down. Oh, that finger picture still gets me. Well, it looks like I don't know. I can't believe they would have taken it down. Photos of Johnny Depp's habits presented in court. That's awesome. Amber didn't clap for the court stenographer. No, she did not. I like using this. I don't know this. Which are you looking for? I'm looking for the one you sent about the stenographer. Oh, wow. He had a 2-hour interview with her. Did you guys see this? That was so dumb. Breaking. Judy Bellinger has been accused of bias. Maybe this'll. This is the original
This
one.
video is going around and people are.
This is the original video, but this is a short, it looks like. Does she have the original link in here? Nope. All right, we'll watch this. It's only 2 minutes long.
This video is going around and people are saying that she did something inappropriate. You see the video there popping up on the screen. Johnny Depp had given her a hug. That's a friend of Johnny Depp's, a longtime friend who gave her a hug as well. And Judy and I talked about this because this is something that's been coming up online. I'm going to let you listen to Judy.
Yeah, listen to what she has to say about the situation. Because I think you might be able to understand why I don't see it necessarily as unprofessional in this situation.
Explain how this whole encounter came about.
So after closing arguments, I finally decided I wanted to get out of the courthouse and just take a breather. We were supposed to go until about 5:30, maybe 6 if the jury wanted to. And so I thought, I want to maybe try to go to Indiana this weekend. Let me run down the street and get my oil changed and I'll come back.
Hush.
And go back up.
Yes, that is my cat. He is not happy.
The courthouse closes at a certain time and I didn't make it back in time. And Judge Ascarati just wanted to close the record. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'm stuck outside. I'm getting my oil changed. But then I needed my equipment. So Mr. Chu and Rebecca, kind enough to pack up my computer for me in my backpack and get the transcript out this weekend. So they're like, okay, well, they were going to bring it and there was no one at our Greensboro office and you can't get in if there's no one there. So
and it's Memorial Day weekend.
Right. So
it's a holiday weekend.
Yes. So they just brought it back to the hotel and they said, hey, do you mind if we just take it to the hotel and you can pick it up here? So they had my computer and stuff with them and they were in the hospitality room and Johnny was in there. And so I had to go in there and get my equipment in here for probably less than 10 minutes. And he just hugged me. I hugged a couple other people there, and I got my equipment, and I came out, and I left and went home.
That's really funny, because a lot of people are suggesting you're just out at the after party hanging out, with Johnny Depp, and that's not what happened.
Not at all.
So the whole situation, and I can explain it a little bit more because it felt like it cut a lot of that out. But from my understanding with Judy, what happened was she left the court, she left her equipment in there, right? And she couldn't get back in. And because of that, Ben and them packed up her equipment. They met up afterwards, and that was it. I think they cut out the part where she said, Johnny said he was a fan of yours, so he wanted to take a picture. That's it. And that's why I don't see it as unprofessional to take a picture like that, because it was just a matter of getting the equipment back. It was just a matter of understanding, one person was helping out the other. Should she have published the picture? I don't know. She stayed for 10 minutes at the party and left. Yeah, that was it. It wasn't like she was out there partying. And you have to remember, she was hired and agreed upon by both people. And they now are attacking her because of doing so. Aha, thank you, Jay. Okay, we got the video. And I think it's important to realize that they're going after her livelihood. They're going after her licensing. This is ridiculous. Take the L, I guess is the best way to put it, because there's no reason for it. Here we go. Thank you. I could not find it. I don't know why I couldn't find it. I appreciate it, though. I looked. I promise. You saw me look.
People have been posting all over social media, on Reddit, on a number of forums, that Judy was out partying with Johnny Depp and that she's biased and that she did something wrong. And in talking with Judy, it couldn't be further from the truth. And in this video,
they filed complaints to get the nurse license revoked also. Wait, which nurse? Oh my God, I didn't hear about that one. Are you fucking kidding?
is circulating online. It's a black and white video that somebody took at a hotel last Friday night in like a gathering of sorts. There was this event going on with Johnny Depp, his legal team, things like that. This video is going around and people are saying that she did something inappropriate.
So that's it. That's all it was. You'll see here. It's literally just her saying hi. And the lady, it's very weird to me to describe the lady that I've never met this way. She seems like a bundle of happiness just by the way you'll see her talk. Like the embodiment of loving her job and joy. Like those people you go around, you're in a bad mood and you just all of a sudden, get lighthearted and happy again. It's very weird to describe her that way, but it is.
His legal team, things like that. This video is going around and people are saying that she did something inappropriate. You see the video there popping up on the screen. Johnny Depp giving her a hug. That's a friend of Depp's, a longtime friend who gave her a hug as well. And Judy and I talked about this because this is something that's been coming up online. I'm going to let you listen to Judy explain how this whole encounter came about. This was obviously not in the courtroom. This took place at an event. So let's listen to Judy explain what happened and how she ended up in the same room, not only with Johnny Depp, but his legal team and some of his friends.
So after closing arguments, I finally decided I wanted to get out of the courthouse.
You'll see what I mean in this interview. She just seems so happy to do her job. Like, it's very weird, but she just has that kind of energy.
Just take a breather. We were supposed to go until about 5:30, maybe 6 if the jury wanted to. And so I thought, I want to maybe try to go to Indiana this weekend. Let me run down the street and get my oil changed, and I'll come back and go back up. The courthouse closes at a certain time, and I didn't make it back in time. And Judge Ascarati just wanted to close the record. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'm stuck outside. I'm getting my oil changed. And she goes, oh, it's okay. Well, she didn't say it. I was getting messages. And I said, okay, just don't worry. My recording's going. It's just closing the record. I'll, transcribe it when I get back. But then I needed my equipment. So Mr. Chu and it was Rebecca. I think they were the ones that were there, and they were kind enough to pack up my computer for me in my backpack. So that's all I needed. I leave my machine there because it's just quicker to come in and just set up my computer and not have to set everything up every day all over. So
I'm assuming she's got some sort of recording device. I don't know much about her career, to be honest with you. I'm very unfamiliar with what a stenographer does, but it seems like she just wanted to close her record. She's, transcribed the recording, and that was it.
they were kind enough. They said, okay, if you tell us how to, disconnect everything, we'll bring it to you, because we have an office right around the corner from where we are now, and this is where they were staying. And I said, hey, I have an office on Greensboro. I can meet you there and get my equipment, and I can get the transcript up this weekend. So they're like, okay. And then I guess Johnny had told them he would really like to meet the court reporter, which was like shocking to me. I'm like, I'm just the court reporter. And so when they brought me my equipment, well, they were going to bring it, and there was no one at our Greensboro office, and you can't get in if there's no one there. So
and it's Memorial Day weekend.
Right. So
it's a holiday weekend.
Yes. So they just brought it back to the hotel, and they said, hey, do you mind if we just take it to the hotel and you can pick it up here? And actually, it took me a minute. I didn't know how to get up here. I didn't know you had to come in the downstairs door and then go to another floor and then get to another floor.
It's a little confusing.
It is very confusing. And so they had my computer and stuff with them, and they were in the hospitality room, and Johnny was in there. And so I had to go in there and get my equipment, and I saw him, and they like, he really wants to meet you. And I was in there for probably less than 10 minutes, and he just hugged me and thanked me again, and I had a couple other people there, and I got my equipment, and I came out, and I left and went home.
That's really funny, because a lot of people are suggesting you're just out at the after party hanging out, with Johnny Depp, and that's not what happened.
Not at all. I still had from here, I had about a 50-minute drive home, so no.
That's it.
And Janet Levy, let me.
That's it. Like, I mean, she just explains it in her own words. I don't necessarily look at, what would it take for Amber to be, ooh, that's a good, dang, Shelby with the good questions today. So I don't necessarily see that as super unprofessional or anything. I think she was just trying to do her job, right? And how are you going to go into something like that and say no? You just can't. You can't. Just anybody that, even if you're not a fan of the person, you would still not be able to say no. It would almost be very rude to say no. So I don't see that as unprofessional. I personally don't, and I don't think she should be attacked for it. I don't think she did anything wrong. I think had Amber won, she wouldn't have been attacked. They wouldn't have looked at it. They wouldn't have looked at it as unprofessional because she won. I think this is a lot of sore feelings. I think this is a lot of boo-hooing. And it's really unfortunate. I hope nobody. No, it wasn't in the middle of the hearing. Okay, that's where the confusion was. But I think in this situation, Shelby has a question. I would be curious what you guys think also. What would it take for Amber to be redeemed? Is there a road for redemption for her? I've always been on the side of redemption. So is there a road for redemption for her? And in the same aspect, a different conversation we could have would be about Ezra Miller also, but that's a different conversation. Is there a road for redemption? I don't know. Not right now. I think they're probably, and this is not going to be a very popular take, but it would take a lot of therapy. It would take a lot of it. It's not up to me. It would be up to her. Right? I can't make her try to redeem herself. But if that's what she wanted, she would have to do a lot of introspection and therapy and anger management, and really, really take a look at herself. There could be, it's a little early, but there could be. I think it would take a very long time. I know people aren't going to like that take. Yes, I think Chrissy says it right. She would have to admit the guilt. In order to actually grow and move on, You have to be able to admit to what you did wrong. If you are unable to own up to your own shortcomings, then there is no road to redemption. So, would a genuine apology work after some therapy? She doesn't owe us an apology. Hi, babies. You finally figure out you just want some cuddles? Okay, cuddle time it is. She doesn't owe us an apology. She needs to do the work, admit the hoax, apologize to Johnny, make amends there. And then yeah, maybe she does need an apology to the court, to her lawyers, to the judge, to the people she put through, to people like Rocky and Josh Drew, to people like Io Tillett Wright. I'm not saying they're great people, but Amber's the one who made them the way they are. She owes them the apology. Then she works on her public. Most importantly, obviously, Johnny. Most importantly, Johnny. That's a lot of work for one person to do. This hole she dug is so deep. Think about how much work real victim. Yes, absolutely. I missed one. She owes an apology to real victims of domestic and sexual violence. She needs to apologize to her sister. Oh, I know they took advantage of Johnny too. Absolutely. That doesn't mean she didn't also manipulate them. She owes an apology to the doctors, to the nurses, to even people like Shannon Curry and Dawn Hughes. She owes so much, but would she be willing to do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In my opinion, there is absolutely no way she would do all of that. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot. But no, absolutely not. The reason I don't think there's a road to redemption is because she won't put in the work. Maybe if she didn't escalate everything so much at this point, I think that's the apology. Yeah, I don't think she would be willing to do so. I don't think she would be willing to take agency and say, I fucked up. She's what, 36? She should have learned this by now. She should have realized all of these things by now. She should have learned these things years ago. I don't know if it was her upbringing or what, but why did she find it okay to do these things? I don't think she would be willing to do it. I'm sorry. I just don't. I seen this earlier. Hooded Justice just sent this. I don't know if this is something that is kind of redemption ain't for everybody. That's the unfortunate truth. That is the unfortunate truth. I think Brad Pitt is kind of inspired, I would say. Oh, I'm not gonna you're gonna make me disable my ad blocker. Fine. All right. But because people are feeling like they can maybe, actually get some justice, we're having the outcry of stuff like this. Now, I haven't kept up with their stuff very much, and it's, why is there, this is like the worst site ever, Perez Hilton. There's so many ads. There is so many ads on this. I bet that she got told she would be the next Marilyn Monroe, and no, my God, do not compare. Do not compare to Marilyn Monroe. I like Marilyn Monroe. She was such an eloquent beauty. And the funny thing I love about Marilyn Monroe that people in the body positivity won't admit is that Marilyn Monroe was not teeny tiny like Amber Heard. She was like a size 12. She would be considered plus size nowadays. But damn, that woman was beautiful. And then after all of those apologies, she'd have to have it so people believed her, that people were willing to forgive. And again, that's not up to me. That's up to the people that she manipulated for years. And I don't think there's forgiveness in that. I don't. My ex-wife was just like Amber Heard 20 years ago. She still is. Oh, God. That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. But I don't know if you guys seen this. Johnny's inspiring. This is pretty interesting to see. This is another part of the fallout, right? We have men willing to go, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. And the funny thing is I like both of these two as actors or actresses. I actually do like them. I think Angelina Jolie, I'll always love because A Girl Interrupted, and when she played Lara Croft. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And Brad Pitt, I always thought it was so cool in Legends of the Fall that his name was Tristan. And I was like, yeah, Brad Pitt has the same name as me. Like, I'm cool now. I love that movie. It's so good. And Interview with the Vampire. Oh, my 3 favorite movies from my childhood are those 2 and Edward Scissorhand. So I like these 2. But it looks like Johnny is inspiring. It looks like all of the suffrage is giving people a little bit of balls back in the nicest way possible, because Brad Pitt is actually thinking about taking Angelina Jolie, Girl Interrupted, for the win. Oh, it's so good. Even like I remember wanting those short bangs that she had in there. I thought that was so cute. I love it. I love it. It looks like it's a little bit of an inspiration. We may have another trial by jury over. This is a little different now. This is not about, obviously fake allegations and stuff like that. But it does look like he might be so he's 50. We've been reporting on the 50. Okay. He's 58 also. I did not know that. But it looks like he might they filed in an LA courtroom. Brad, new claims come for Montalbano and focus on legally going after Angelina Jolie over this winery. Like, will they actually be able to get this to a jury? I don't feel like that fits. But he's filed it, and it looks like there may be something into this. I can't believe it. Like, I don't know much about it, and it does feel like it's a little inspired, but it does seem like people aren't going to take this shit anymore. Like, maybe there's a little bit of even playing ground here. A little bit of even playing ground. Hopefully. Hopefully. You heard what she did with the winery. No, that's what I'm saying. Hooded Justice just sent this, and I thought it was funny because it's just kind of the fallout, right? It's just kind of what's we're seeing from all of this. You know that male actors now may be emboldened to try to be the next Johnny Depp now that the narrative shifted. I don't think the narrative's necessarily shifted yet. I think it's gotten more even. I don't think it's I think it was very female dominated for a long time. And maybe I'm wrong in this, but I do think it's evened out a bit. I really do. They needed permission from the other to see the other deaf. The winery and Angelina didn't. Didn't Angelina also claim some pretty bad shit about this? Like, about him, at least. I think Brad and Angelina want to do a TV trial. Their careers and reputation. Really? I mean, look what it's done for Johnny Depp. Not saying, I mean, Brad Pitt you can't go wrong with as an actor, but he could use the bump. They both could at this point in their careers. And they're financially stable. The fact that she, kind of sold it from underneath them is pretty shady. I don't know. It's pretty funny. Males coming forward, hopefully less shaming coming forward, because society standards of the man, I suppose, is shut the fuck up and take it. And that needs to change. 100% that needs to change. You should not have to shut the fuck up and take it. That is not how the real world works. If you're a male actor, a male victim, any sort of, Jada and Will Smith, that's a very contentious relationship. You should not have to shut the fuck up and take it. And I think a lot of people are seeing that. And if that comes out of this, great. Next Morning Brew, Ezra Miller. Oh my God, that rabbit hole is fucked. Yes, we need to talk about that. I don't know what I'm doing for Sunday yet. I might have a panel and include that topic, but I also might do disagreements. I'm not sure yet either. And I keep saying I'm going to do, I think a couple weeks ago I said I was going to do a 30K celebration, and now I should do a 40K one. But then I feel like an asshole going, woohoo, I got this many subs, and I feel like I'm bragging, so I don't want to do that. We need more celebrity trials for shits and giggles. Yes, we do. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up. Hopefully I am going to be able to get some content out today. If not, I'll for sure have a video up tomorrow. I probably should talk about the Ezra Miller stuff, though, because that is a fucked up situation. Beyond fucked up situation. And probably talk about Aquaman a little bit, too. Yeah, Amber, you really messed up. You and Ezra need a lot of help. But yes, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for stopping by and having a little chit chat with me. Bye, guys.